Welcome to Fashion Week Internationale, the show that reports on the most fabulous fashion weeks in the world and the culture and politics behind them. This time, we're in North Korea's fun southern cousin for Seoul Fashion Week.
It's 3 a.m. on a Monday night and I'm shopping, and so is everybody else. Everything you can see around here is open. Nobody's drunk, nothing's weird. It's the same as during the day, it's just dark. This is an underground station, but as you can see, it also takes you to the underground shopping centre. It doesn't feel real, it's like a weird post-apocalyptic underground world. Why is it open? Why aren't people in bed? We're definitely going to come back at a more civil hour.
I was in Seoul for Fashion Week. Seoul is a megatropolis, a sprawling mass of perfect order, and the most technologically advanced city in the world. The curious antics of South Korea's northern neighbour has demanded much of the world's attention over the last 40 years. But during that time, South Korea has quietly been getting on with becoming the centre of Asian pop culture, to the point where K-pop is poised to explode over the face of the world in a blitz of highly choreographed titillation. The look here is all about flawless perfection, whilst the subtext seems to be X-rated filth. And I was here to find out just how far people were willing or expected to go in pursuit of perfection. Fashion Week was being held at the 1988 Olympic Village, across town from the now well-known Gangnam area of Seoul. This gave me a chance to try and navigate my way there through the super techie metro system.
You're just bombarded with advertising and interactive stuff. So while you're waiting for the train, you can engage with this thing, a virtual fitting room. Everyone would agree that I'm already unique and casual, so I'm going to try chic and modern. I'm going to choose this sexy office lady here, and then I take the picture. Wow, it was just like the scene in Clueless. The end result is a bit disappointing, I'm going to be honest. The train is coming.
At some of the other places we've visited on this show, the actual fashion seemed to be an afterthought to the event itself. Here, the fashion was everything and was to be taken very seriously, on the catwalk and in the queue. Outside the Fashion Week, I felt positively underdressed. In this series, I'd not yet been to a place where the kids took their outfits so seriously, or indeed seen so many scrupulously crafted looks in one place.
How would you describe your own personal style?
심플하면서 단순한 거. 막 아방가르드.
여신 컨셉. 잘 여신.
And it didn't end there. I spotted luminous pixies, hipster lumpers, fade time travellers, and even a punk.
This is my new friend. You're the first person we've seen in Seoul that has a vaguely punk look. Do you dress this way because you listen to punk music, or do you dress this way because you like punk fashion?
리폼을 해서 입고 다니고 즐겨 입는 거.
where I come from, if people dress like you, it means, you know, that they follow a punk rock lifestyle and they believe in a kind of anti-establishment way of life.
제가 이렇게 입는 거는 저만의 패션이고 나쁜 쪽으로는 다른 거 아무것도 없습니다.
It's been lovely talking to you. You're the most polite punk I've ever met. You're a gentleman.
The array of well-honed looks may give the impression of alternative lifestyles, but the punk himself admitted that his look was only skin deep. To find out more, I went to see a guy called Donald King, aka the loneliest rockabilly punk in the world. I found him at his secret barbershop, hidden in the back streets of Seoul.
He looks like a terrifying butcher. Sweeney Todd.
샬렛이요? Thank you. 어렸을 때 처음으로 산 자켓이에요. 레더 자켓이에요. 그때부터 이제 제가 이제 손수 이제 바늘 하고 손수 받고 가게 이름 Nothing, Nothing이다.
Okay. Would you say it's difficult to be a punk and maintain a punk scene?
처음 같은 경우는 진짜 옛날이잖아요. 97년도 그때니까는 그 당시 때 인터넷도 그 당시는 없었고 뭐 있어봤자 정말 느렸고 한 명이 지나가면은 다 이렇게 쳐다볼 정 완전히 그냥 그럴 때예요. 뭐 스터드나 뭐 가죽 자켓만 입어도 막 이럴 정도였으니까 한국 정서가 그렇게 힘들 당시가 왔는데 지금은 이제 패션이라고 부르잖아요. 펑크 패션이라고 하잖아요.
What do you think of the mainstream Korean fashion industry in general?
별로 크게 신경 안 쓰는데 남 이걸 안 봐요.
K-pop. That's what Korea's best known for culturally at the moment. How does that make you feel?
그 아이돌 음악이 그 아이돌 패션이 이 세계에 알려진다는 게 창피하면서도 그러니까 그런 거 있잖아. 외국 나가 보면 네가 한국 사람이야? 너 한국 사람이야? 그게 너무 아쉽죠.
더 멋있는 사람들이 많은데
더 멋있는 애들이 많은데 그거를 알아줬으면 좋겠어요. K-팝보다 한국에도 K-락 예를 들어 70년대, 80년대 그때 문화들 금지곡들을 다 만들어 버렸잖아요. 안타깝죠. 마음이 아파요. Success.
I left Don the lonely punk with his heart hurting from the sound of unstoppable K-pop. Hanryu, or Korean wave, refers to all South Korean popular entertainment. The term was coined by Chinese journalists taking note of the fast-growing popularity of Korean pop culture in China, thanks mainly to the internet, which South Korea pretty much rules. K-pop accounts for around $3.8 billion worth of the country's economy. So whilst the girls and boys might look like they're at it like rabbits, they're very much investments to be protected from the wrong kind of attention. We went to meet Ha Sang-baek, celebrity designer and boy band stylist. He's somewhat of a controversial figure on the Korean fashion scene, which he seems to revel in. You need only go to his website to see why. Ha Sang has dabbled in many fashion taboos.
I inspired by the fetish, tie-up, bondage. The helmet thing is breath control inspired.
But it was after his attempt to bring some androgyny into the world of K-pop that shit really hit the fan.
This is the Chinese new album called Charlet. This is sort of ethnic, multicultural.
Yeah, it's not what I would associate with K-pop. It's obviously like an evolution.
Okay, thank you. Is it
Cool.
good?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's classy.
I'm glad. There's a member called Taemin.
Yeah.
A lot of fans' in their minds, he's still like cute little boy.
But this
So-
is quite sexual.
Yeah, after this, the fan from Turkey saying, I really want to kill you.
You've ruined his innocence.
How dare you doing this? Nasty. It was so shocking to me. It was very radical reaction.
Did the fans email you personally?
Yes, please make them wear the suit. One of the stage acts was very revealing, back revealing, raise the back. And then, what?
They thought it was rude.
I don't know. The girls having fantasy, I guess.
How do they know that it's not the boys who have the control? I mean, how much control do the boys have?
I was keen to find out just how sheltered these boys were, so we took up the chance to partake in a press junket for an upcoming boy band.
We've come up to the north of Seoul because we've been given this rare opportunity to snatch 5 minutes with one of the hottest K-pop bands in Korea at the moment. They're called Infinite. They're a 7-piece. They're all babes, about half my age, and hopefully they can explain some of the K-pop phenomena.
반가워요.
네, 안녕하세요. 인피니트에서 장난꾸러기 성열입니다.
안녕하세요. 인피니트의 재간둥이 댄스 머신 호야입니다.
I've never done one of these and was immediately intimidated by this strange interview format. I felt like I was about to interview a school photo.
So I'm basically an alien here. What is K-pop?
한류라고 해서 화려한 어떤 댄스도 볼 수 있는 그런 것 때문에 저희를 많이 기억해 주시고 또 저 팀은 정말 춤이 너무 잘 맞고 마치 각도기로 잰 것 같다 이렇게
Do any of you have lucky girlfriends?
인스피릿
Are you looking for girlfriends?
매일 보죠? 네 매일 보죠.
How would your ideal girlfriend dress?
큐티.
저는 대한민국 전통 한복 스타일.
Not too sexy, not too much flesh.
좋아요. 섹시한 거 좋아요.
마다하진 않겠습니다.
Who gets the most girls?
섹시보이. 무대현 씨나 호야 씨가 섹시하고 인기 많은 것 같아요.
What was that?
I love you. 넌 어떤지 좀 물어봐. 했어.
Suddenly, one of their team silently stepped in and ended the interview, and we were politely ushered out. As K-pop makes a grab for the world, will it like what it finds? The West loves success, but also failure and scandal in equal measure, and it's hard to tell whether these perfect boys and girls have what it takes underneath to survive the scrutiny. It seemed curious that even the very mention of girls was enough to end the interview with Infinite. Sex in Seoul is a tricky subject. Basically, until now, if you're young, you either find a dark alley or check yourselves into a sex motel. Don't even think about taking your boyfriend home unless you want to watch your father tearfully impale himself on a chopstick. Here's where fashion comes to the rescue again. Slowly, social sexual conventions are being softened. How? Through a rising trend for couples to wear matching underwear. Matching couples has been big on the scene for some time, but now these couples want to match all the way down.
This shop sells matching guy and girl underwear. Spirit of adventure. It's really weird. I mean, if my boyfriend and I wore matching underwear in England, we'd be a laughing stock.
이게 남자 티팬티예요. 뒤에가 이렇게 티팬티로 나오고 앞에는 이건 다른 거랑 틀리게 이벤트성으로 나온 거라 이렇게 막 열리기도 해요.
Why do you think it became a trend? What do people like about it?
좀 한국 사람들은 이제 커플하면 이렇게 막 좀 보편화되지 않았었는데 이제 커플들이 되게 길거리에서도 저희도 이제 문화가 좀 많이 변하다 보니까
We decided to test this new trend by grabbing a couple for a spot of market research.
So I've cornered this poor, really cute couple. Where were you heading before we so rudely accosted you?
잠실 운동장에 스타크래프트 게임 보러 가고 있었어요.
What is that exactly?
전략 시뮬레이션 게임으로 프로게이머 선수들끼리 승패를 가리는 그 게임을 보러 가는 거예요.
Cool. So what we're going to do, it's like a kind of silly game. I'm going to get you each to pick your favourite thing that you'd like to match with each other, and you're not going to show each other, and then we're going to see if you pick the same thing. Have a look. How long have you guys been together?
1년 됐어요.
So do you think it's nearly time to get some matching underwear?
네, 해도 괜찮다고 생각해요.
What's his personality like, your boyfriend?
소심해요. 단정한 걸로 고르려고 해요. 저는 이렇게 골랐어요. 그냥 깔끔하고
이게 나요. 특별히 화려하지도 않고 화려한 것도 없고 적당해 보여요.
Make sure he's not looking. Now on 3, 1, 2, 3. I can't believe we picked the same things. You're going to think we set this up, but I promise we didn't. Are you surprised?
네.
같은 거 볼 줄 몰랐는데.
Walking down the street together, knowing that you both had this matching set on, like, how would that make you feel?
둘만의 공감대가 생기는 것 같은 느낌일 것 같아요.
저희한텐 저희만의 소중한 그런 간직할 수 있는 게 있다고 생각해요.
That's so charming. I'm going to cry. I think you'd better get married, guys. It's pretty much as good as it gets, let's face it. Bye! Off into the sunset to bang like rabbits. Just call me Cupid. Hi! Are you a band? What was that? That was a mega communication fail, but they thought it was hysterical.
Back at Fashion Week, and I was cutting somewhat of a lonely figure. Maybe the cool kids were put off by the fact that I only wore one jacket, that on reflection looked slightly too homeless for their tastes. That was until a rather demure girl next to me started to speak to me. She was a fashion student, but one with a very different background to most of the other kids here. It turns out she was born in North Korea and smuggled into the South as a child.
근데 북한 분들 이렇게 모르시나요? 이런 스타일이 있고 그런 걸 몰라서 그냥 근데 아무래도 북한 분들은 이렇게.
So, but because you came here so young, do you feel South Korean or North Korean or a mixture?
그런 식으로 생각한 것 같아요. 네. 중학교 때 좀 그러니까 사춘기 시절에 약간 애들 그런 걸 밝히는 거에 있어서 되게 좀 일부러 숨기려고 했었어요. 그러니까 제가 뭐 일부러 굳이 뭐 내가 북한 사람이다 뭐 이렇게 말할 필요도 없다고 생각했고 그냥 괜찮은 것 같아요. 그냥 오히려 그러니까 내가 뭐 어릴 때 왔다 이렇게 말해서 그냥 더 편안하게 지내면서 그냥 그러고 지내고 있어요.
Do you ever think about how things might be different if your family hadn't moved?
만약에 제가 아직도 북한에서 계속 살고 있고 했다면 아마 이 꿈을 가지지 못했을 수 있다고 생각해요. 왜냐면 거기는 거의 비슷한 옷을 입고 그냥 다 거의 생활 방식이 다 비슷하고 이런 뭐 패션 위크라든지 세계 패션 위크나 이런 걸 접할 게 없으니까 아예 생각조차 못했을 것 같다고 생각해요.
So here in South Korea, girls really can do whatever they want to look a certain way, and there's a big trend at the moment for people having facial surgery. What do you think about the trend for plastic surgery?
어느 정도 자기 외모 컴플렉스에 대해서 고쳐서 그러니까 자신감을 찾는 정도라면 괜찮은데 너무 그러니까 자기 원래 본연의 얼굴을 보지도 그러니까 알아볼 수 없게 만드는 정도는 너무 심한 것 같아요. 저도 지금 쌍꺼풀이 없어서 그러니까 애들 다 하니까 그냥 나도 난 하면 어떻게 될까 이런 생각도 했는데 이쁜 연예인들을 보면서 나도 저렇게 예뻐지고 싶다라는 그런 욕구가 다른 나라에 비해서 되게 큰 것 같아요.
내일한테 어디 갔어? 빨리 말려라 그래.
A lot of the girls here are having plastic surgery to change the way they look. How do you feel about that?
이 쌍꺼풀 수술 같은 걸 하는 걸 너무 싫어하고 이 동양적인 건 아주 가는 눈이 가장 이쁘고 개인적으로 성형하는 걸 원치 않는다.
Double eyelid surgery is the practice of creating a crease in the eyelid that many South Korean women don't naturally have, to make the eyes rounder and wider. Having it done here is as commonplace as going to the dentist.
뭐니 해도 웹커플인 것 같아요. 한때 하고 싶었는데 하고 막 하는 사람이 많으니까 웹커플이 더 매력 있고 가치 있는 것 같아요.
자신감을 얻을 수 있게끔 뭐 화장을 한다든지 옷을 입는다든지 뭐 수술을 한다든지 그렇게 하는 거는 괜찮은 것 같아요.
Have you been able to have anything done?
눈이랑 코랑 외국에서도 보면은 그러니까 K-pop 스타라고 해가지고 다들 많이 뭐 한국 와서 성형하고 막 이렇게 많이 뭐 성형 관광이다 막 이런 것도 많잖아요.
If the fashion scene was making moves away from this trend, I wanted to see what the new generation of teeny boppers thought about this.
They're a very well-behaved hip-hop band. Do you all have very distinctive personalities?
네, 저는 춤이랑 춤에서 섹시함을 맡고 있습니다.
How do you feel about being given that label?
매우 좋습니다. 춤을 출 때 자기가 섹시하다고 생각을 하면서 하면은 좀 더 사람들을 이렇게.
So it's more about empowering women than attracting men.
강한 여성을 좀 상징하는 거기도 하지.
How would you girls define Korean beauty? What are the beauty ideals that Korean girls aspire to?
동그랗고 코가 약간 납작하고 눈이 약간 이런 식이어서 서양인을 가장 이상적으로 생각하고 동그랗고 큰 눈과 오똑한 코 그리고 계란형의 얼굴을 가장 선호해요.
And what do you girls think about that?
성형에 대해서 네 아주 좋은 기술이 생겼다고 생각합니다. 예, 적극적으로.
I hadn't expected to hear such concrete confirmation that the ideal look is that of Westerners, or at the very least, a stereotypical vision of a Western face. South Korea has overtaken Brazil as the plastic surgery capital of the world, with the highest number of surgeries performed per capita. About 1 in 5 women have undergone some sort of cosmetic procedure, which have become popular graduation gifts for young South Korean girls from their parents. There was only one last place to go in pursuit of this story.
So as we know, plastic surgery is insanely popular in South Korea. So we've come to a district of Seoul where there are literally hundreds of clinics. We've been invited by these two lovely doctors to come and witness some procedures today that sort of come under this blanket term, westernization. It's really chill, it's very clean, quite sort of holistic almost. And the two main surgeons, they kind of remind you of like the nip tuck guys, they're like cool cats.
지금 이분은 이제 일본에서 오셨어요. 전체적으로 눈이 너무 작아서 쌍꺼풀 해주고, 그다음에 이제 바깥 트임도 좀 해주고, 그다음에 코는 higher nose, 이마가 좀 납작한 편이라서 지방을 좀 뽑아서 이마와 턱에 넣어줘서 전체적인 프로파일을 되게 좋게 하는 그런 수술을 할 거예요. 준비하고. 네.
So doctor,
Yes.
what's wrong with me?
Your problem?
Yeah.
No problem. You're very beautiful. 모든 사람들이 이렇게 되길 원하기 때문에 제가 콘서트를 막 많이 해줄 게 없어요. 그런 것 같아요. 그래서 이제 눈을 이렇게 수술하면 이건 완전히 에이시안 피플 같지만 이렇게 수술하고 나면 이렇게 많이 변하잖아요.
Is that before and after?
Yes, before and after.
Wow.
Yes. 지금 상담이 있니? 보톡스 좀 들어오세요.
My name is Hemengsa. I like the foreigners characteristic, such like yours.
Like me?
Yeah.
No.
It is very, very, very beautiful.
이 턱을 동양 사람들은 갸름한 턱을 좋아해요. 그래서 머슬을 줄여주면 되니까 그 머슬을 줄여주기 위해서 보톡스 시술을 한다.
And are you happy with the results?
Really, really happy and
Yeah.
exciting. 对，我会觉得做完了之后，我会觉得就出门会觉得啊，很自信，然后会觉得啊，你变漂亮了。可是但是又不会觉得哎，你哪里变了。
What about your parents or your grandparents? Do they feel the same?
我妈会觉得女孩子好看一点，她一直是支持我的。爸爸可能会比较担心，说老一代的人会觉得这样子还是自然，没有整过的原装的会比较好。美的定义对于每一个人也是不同的。我希望适合自己、适合我的就是美的。
So how much of it is important for you personally to feel beautiful, and how much of it is important to how the rest of Chinese society sees you and treats you?
应该是源自于更多的是让中国社会认识到这样子。
You look beautiful, I think, because it's different.
Oh, different.
You don't look like me or my friends, so that's exciting for me. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So you should be very happy.
Thank you.
She was like, what? I look different from you, because the whole idea is that she wants my sort of look. And I didn't realise at the time until someone told me afterwards that me saying that to her actually really disappointed her. I just feel a bit bad. I feel like I need to go and tell her, yeah, you look exactly like me, but that's not how I feel, because I like her unique look, but that's just interesting that that's how it came across. One of the girls at the Fashion Week said that having surgery done was no different to choosing what dress to wear that day or what makeup to wear that day.
But makeup and a change of clothes aren't quite as invasive as this.
If this work is so prolific in Korea, do you think that it could possibly say something about the state of Korean society or the psyche of the women here?
보시면은 그 관상이라고 그러죠. 그러니까 얼굴이 그러니까 볼륨 있는 얼굴 요즘은 그러니까 하트 쉐입, 애플 쉐입 여러 사람들한테 더 선호도가 생기니까 그 자기의 그런 운명이 바뀔 찬스가 많아지는 거죠.
Even though it's not real, they still believe that they can create fortune by having surgery.
그래서 이렇게 수술하면 이 관상도 변하고 운명도 변한다고 생각합니다.
대부분 믿은 동양인들은 거의.
그렇고 지금은 또 한류 때문에도 그 연예인들의 모습을 보면서 외국 사람들도 나도 저렇게 저런 식으로 하고 싶다. 그러면은 당연히 한국 사람을 한류 스타들 보면서 그럼 저 한국에 가면은 저렇게 할 수 있겠구나.
한동안 이렇게 흐느끼지만 이제 지금 수면 상태이기 때문에 기억은 못해요. 나중에 물어보면은 하나도 안 아팠다고 그래요. 아픈 거를 몰라요.
Is there a right age psychologically that a girl should be to be ready to make a decision like that?
자기에 대한 그런 미의 개념이 그 여자들은 그렇잖아요. 그 청소년 때 고등학교 다닐 때 자기가 하고 다니는 거를 옛날 대학생 때 보면 되게 촌스럽다고 생각하잖아요. 그죠? 뭐라고?
Do women ever come asking you for surgery for the wrong reasons?
네.
어떤 계기로 안 좋은 그러니까
네.
대부분 그런 경우 남자친구하고 헤어지고 많이 와요. 그 성형 수술이라는 게 그 마술이 아니잖아요.
귀여운 거를 지금 뛸 거예요. 귀여운 거를.
근데 그 많은 닥터들 중에는 아픈 것만 진짜 우리가 몸에 보이는 그 병을 고치는 의사도 있지만 그 마음의 병을 고칠 수 있고 그다음에 그것을 극복해서 그 사람이 사회에서 더 많은 더 좋은 위치에서 더 많은 자기 능력을 발휘할 수 있게끔 북돋워 줄 수 있는 그런 역할을 할 수 있죠. 외모로 인한 핸디캡 때문에 자기가 그 마이너스 점수를 받고 굉장히 사회에 불만이 있게 생활할 필요는 없다고 생각한다고. 왜냐하면 그러면 윤곽도 예뻐지고.
I still think it's a little bit more extreme than just your choice of lipstick or how much mascara you wear, because I mean, well, you can see for yourself.
Fashion Week has distanced itself from K-pop culture, staying very much in the international high fashion vein. During our time backstage, we'd met many people who wanted to reverse the trend of enhanced perfection, and the seeds of dissent are starting to grow. Those who champion natural beauty have presented an argument that is hard to ignore. Think about it. A girl changes her face and meets the boy of her dreams. Maybe he's had some work done too. They fall in love, get married, succeed at work, and then settle down to have a family. But on the day their first child is born, the secrets of their past come flooding back.